are such an important part to have as a regular thing for your family. The AAP did come out with a review article last year showing that families that had dinner regularly together for at least 3 times per week, children actually had healthier weights, healthier eating patterns altogether. They actually had a decreased risk of eating disorders and a higher rate of graduation from high school. Schedules today are crazy for families, and I really want to make the point that it doesn't have to be this 5-course meal that's homemade by mom from scratch for the whole day. It's really all about kind of planning ahead. When you plan ahead to have dinners, you can really avoid that last-minute takeout or fast food that might be sneaking into your week. So taking 20 minutes on the weekend to really plan ahead and say, okay, if someone has practice on this night and we have the night before free, trying to do a bigger dinner that you can make leftovers for the next night. Planning for things like a soup and sandwich on one night is a really easy option, or even doing kind of like a crock pot dinner that you can make in the morning. You come home and it's ready for you. We don't want to make it too much to do. My general rule for balancing out any of your meals is just making sure that you're including at least 3 food groups there. If you can get at least 3 food groups on your dinner plate, you're definitely helping to balance out your day. Try to choose the fresh or frozen for your produce whenever possible, and then try to cook with healthier cooking techniques, things like grilling, broiling, baking, rather than doing things like pan frying, just to kind of cook your proteins in a healthier manner. Also, you want to try to portion your plates a little bit differently. So when you're doing your plates for dinner, really what you want to do to have great balance is by splitting it right down the middle, and then half of your plate is going to be filled of those non-starchy vegetables. You can also definitely put fruit on the side. A quarter of your plate would be a starch. If you can fit in a whole grain, all the better to get that fiber and nutrients in. And then a quarter of your plate would be a lean protein. So with this plate, by kind of blocking out half of it, half of the real estate there, you're really putting the starch and the protein in the more appropriate serving sizes while keeping really full and satisfied with all the fiber you're getting from the fruits and vegetables. You can definitely involve your children in the planning process. You can get some really good ideas from your kids if you do ask them. If you have a larger family, each child could plan a dinner for the week, and you'd be surprised with the the healthy options that they can come up with. Another thing that I love for families is doing kind of theme nights. So there's some great different things you can do. For instance, there's Stir Fry Saturday, where you could try to make your own Chinese takeout. You could do make your own pizza night. Breakfast for dinner is always a classic, and there is a new movement for something called Meatless Mondays. There is a website, it's just meatlessmondays.com, and with it, it just tells you all about kind of some vegetarian options that you could try that take some of your typical dinners and make it a vegetarian option to kind of just broaden your palate a little bit and increase some variety. If you have a child that's younger and you're making a dinner that is way out of their comfort zone, they should still really be exposed to that, because you want to increase their exposure. That'll increase their familiarity with new foods so that they're more likely to try them. I generally recommend that if it's a meal that you're just not sure about your younger picky eater, just try to provide 1 or 2 comfort foods, so foods that they're going to eat. So if the vegetable is something that might be a new one for them, like broccoli or cauliflower, and you don't think it's going to be a success, put something like some raw baby carrots on there so that they have a comfort food that will kind of supplement for what they're not having. But please do still put that new food on their plate, because it's all about increasing the exposure and the chance for them to try that food. To get a few more ideas on healthy eating for your family dinners and also tips for making them fun, we have a great handout on our website at www.nwh.org.